Good morning. Welcome to the morning forecast discussion for January 31st, 2012, the last day of January. And we are ending January on a very warm note once again. Temperatures throughout the northern mid-Atlantic, which is the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan areas, basically are where we should be for afternoon highs. The only problem is that it's 8:47 a.m. and temperatures are going up throughout the entire region. We're talking about temperatures this afternoon in the mid to upper 50s along the coast and lower to mid 50s over the interior. So if you're looking for snow, well, perhaps northern New England or Alaska. Alaska is incredibly cold and snowy. But for the northern mid-Atlantic, no signs of snow, no signs of cold air, just plenty of warm conditions. And this is pretty much on par for what's been much of January. In fact, most locations in January range anywhere from 2 to 4 degrees above normal every day for this month. Now that's warm, and that's pretty much been the story of this upcoming winter. So what else can we expect for this week and for the Super Bowl weekend? Well, let's take a look at the model guidance and some of the observations. First, we have the infrared satellite picture, and you can see warm air is invading to the north. Now, all this is cold air here, and then you have some cloud cover here. The majority of the lifting with this warm front is focused over portions of the Great Lakes and over the St. Lawrence River Valley to the north and west of the northern Atlantic, which is great news because pretty much with this warm air, we can expect a few scattered clouds and a shift in the winds to the southwest, but no threat whatsoever for precipitation. Our high pressure system is shifting off the coast. So what we can expect for today is a few scattered clouds and also temperatures rising well above normal into the mid to upper 50s along the coast and lower to mid 50s over the interior. That's not warm enough for you. Wait till tomorrow, where a strong southwesterly wind will transport temperatures in the mid to upper 50s over the interior and lower to mid 60s along the coast. That's right, portions of the Philadelphia metropolitan area, especially over southwestern New Jersey, could reach temperatures around 65 degrees on February 1st. Isn't that Groundhog Day? No, that's the second. But you get the point here. Basically, we are going to be incredibly warm for the start of February, and it's going to be pretty impressive. The only problem is that it won't last all that long, as this cold front that is currently over the plains will make its presence known on Thursday with a significant drop in temperatures, a slap back to reality as we head into the latter part of this week. Let's take a look at the European model guidance and take a look at this upcoming weekend. Now again, for this evening, our high pressure system shifts off the coast. High pressure will remain off of the southeast coast, producing a nice southwesterly wind. Wednesday night into Thursday morning, we have that cold front move through. Could be a few isolated showers on Thursday. I'm not expecting a major rain event out of this whatsoever, but what we will see on Thursday afternoon is much colder temperatures, with high temperatures on Thursday afternoon ranging in the mid to upper 40s, a far cry from the mid 60s on Wednesday. So with that cold front moving through, we return back to reality. Now keep an eye on the 500 millibar pattern here. By the time we move into Friday, this storm that moved off the coast explodes over the Canadian Maritimes. I mean, you start to develop this powerful upper level low. Meanwhile, we have another strong upper level disturbance associated with the subtropical jet stream setting up over the southern plains. Now by Saturday, look what happens. This upper level low powers up and it just explodes over the Canadian Maritimes. This produces a negative NAO pattern. Now normally this would be great news if you're looking for winter storms. The problem is it's too much of a good thing. You see, this upper level low gets so powerful that blocks up the whole pattern and basically stops this upper level low and this disturbance in the subtropical jet stream from advancing to the east. And so what you end up with is a ridge over the southeast, this deep trough over the Canadian Maritimes and New England, and you end up with what's called compression, or basically winds combining in the upper levels, which leads to sinking air. And so as a result, when we look at the mid-levels, you see this orange here, that means dry air. Dry air will set up over the northern mid-Atlantic while plenty of moisture is streaming over the southern mid-Atlantic. And that means that any storm that does develop or any precipitation that does develop is going to be focused over the southern mid-Atlantic and remain suppressed south of New Jersey. Can this change for the weekend? Well, yes, it could. This upper level low could end up being weaker, which would allow the precipitation with this upper level disturbance and the associated warm front to be able to push a little bit further north and bring a nice wintry mix to the region. However, at this point, almost every model guidance suggests that this pattern that we're seeing here will basically unfold, and a dry yet chilly weekend will basically be expected for Saturday and Sunday, because this storm is going to remain suppressed to the south and west of the region. Again, if this is a little bit weaker or a little bit further north, then we're going to have a bit of a problem on Super Bowl Sunday. But as it's looking right now, it looks like pretty much a dry, cold weekend. That's pretty much about it. All this talk about, potential for ice storms, snowstorms. As I warned on my Facebook page and on Twitter at NYNJPA Weather, the development of this weather pattern is not optimal for winter storms, and everything is going to have to be just right. And as you can see here, the medium rain model guidance, and one of the best ones, the European model guidance, is clearly not showing that evolving. So this weekend I'm expecting to remain rather dry and quiet, and you can see on Sunday evening, Super Bowl Sunday evening, that we have plenty of dry air, not only at 700 millibars, but also down towards the surface at 850 millibars and lower. So with all that dry air in place, really you can't have much in the way of precipitation. Moving into early next week, our deep trough over southeast Canada starts to weaken, and so as a result, our cold air starts to retreat, which allows our storm in the plains that will produce a rather nasty mess over portions of Kansas, Colorado, and Oklahoma, will start to lift northeast towards the northern mid-Atlantic. With that, warm air is also going to advance, and likely by Tuesday into Wednesday, we'll see some rain out of this powerful storm. But at this point right now, I don't expect much in the way of wintry weather aside from the colder temperatures this weekend, and we're talking about upper 30s to mid 40s. So that's pretty much the forecast for this upcoming weekend. I'll keep an eye on this storm and see if anything changes, but right now I'm expecting dry conditions. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. You can always follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and nynjpaweather on Twitter and Facebook. Have a great day. Stay safe out there.